As we take you through the tropical update, we now have our second named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, Tropical Storm Bonnie, named just minutes ago. And you can see from the 3D satellite picture the cloud tops that are rising very high here over the Bahamas, indicating strong thunderstorms putting down perhaps torrential rain, particularly in the southern Bahamas, and also over Haiti. Of course, a country that was hard hit by that earthquake, a lot of folks still living outdoors. And so this is going to be a hard hit area. But you know what? The moisture all goes all the way back toward Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. So this is covering a lot of ground as far as rain is concerned. And we'll continue to see a lot more rain pushing through the Bahamas and then toward Florida tonight and through the day tomorrow. So let's give you the latest statistics now on Tropical Storm Bonnie. With 40-mile-an-hour winds in the center, it is a very low-grade tropical storm. Let's go to the other source, and we'll show you where it's moving. Toward the northwest at 14 miles an hour. Can we go to Titan 1? There we go. And northwest is the direction, 14 miles an hour, with the central pressure down just a little bit from the earlier advisories, down to 105 millibars. So tends to indicate that we are seeing some strengthening of this tropical storm, despite the fact that it's got a lot working against it. An upper level low over the Bahamas helping to provide some shear in the upper levels and also some drier air working in. But it seems to be overcoming that as it continues to move eastward, and now a little bit of rain beginning to show up now right on the Florida coastline around areas north of Miami. We'll continue to see more of that as we get through the evening hours, and probably the winds picking up too. As a matter of fact, we could see some tropical storm force wind gusts. That's why we have the tropical storm warnings up, not only for the Bahamas, but for southern Florida as well, including Miami, Naples, and down toward the Florida Keys. We continue to see this move off toward the northwest, over the Florida Straits, into the Gulf of Mexico, gaining a little bit of strength, but still, for the most part, staying a minimal tropical storm. Rain is going to be the big threat. Of course, waves will be a big threat, too, to the BP oil spill area, as well as those rain squalls and some gusty winds. That's Tropical Storm Bonnie. I want to show you another area that we're watching here in the Gulf of Mexico. This disturbance, as it moves toward Mexico, could actually strengthen to a tropical depression before it makes landfall. It's not going to be affecting the United States, maybe South Texas with a few storms and some heavy rainfall on the periphery of it, but we got to keep an eye on that one as it could strengthen and bring some gusty winds along the Mexican coastline, and as well as some flooding rain, particularly once it moves into those mountain areas. You know, we could see heavy rainfall there in those mountain areas and even in the southern Texas, as we mentioned. Looking out at the rest of the Atlantic, nothing really to report. A lot of the tropical waves we were watching out here really have begun to dissipate in their strength. But on the other side of the world, we have a typhoon that made landfall here in South China. Chan-2 made landfall and continuing to push with heavy rainfall into the southern portions of China and around Hong Kong. Could get some flooding out of that. So that's a look at the tropics.